review for you. I apologize if it's been a while since I've done one. I know it's been a long while, but yeah, we're doing this one. I'm gonna try to make this a weekly series, and I'm gonna try to get my thoughts out as as concisely as possible. It's gonna be a little bit of a struggle, but we'll try. This is definitely my favorite album that I've listened to and I've gotten in a while. It's probably gonna be my favorite for a long time for a number of reasons. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. I'm gonna first go over the physical packaging just because I think that is what we're gonna do for this series, like moving forward, like in the beginning, and then we'll talk about the track listing and my thoughts on the songs. Um, this is almost a perfectly running record. Like there is almost no fluff. It's a 37-minute album. It's very short, but it has so much tight, like it runs so perfectly from front to back. Even though like not all the songs are perfect, I think a couple of them are going to make people like pretty divisive. But regardless, here's the album. It's pretty like the colors are honestly pretty, for the most part, it's just black, and then you have like the bright pink and the blue. I love the design of this like cover. It's really nice with her like posing sassily, if that's a word, in the car. And you should take a look at the photo shoot for this album because it's really dope. I love first of all, I love the outfit. It's so like um old school where she's got these like long white gloves, she's got this like pink shirt on and it's like open kind of like risque, and then she's got her hair up like bleached blonde and some black and on the sides. It's so different. It's so like in your face, and it's really nostalgic, which is fair because this is Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa. I forgot to say that. That's this album. You probably already know from this, cover. But yeah, it came out in 2020. It's kind of like the record of the pandemic, if you could say. And it's really just a slick, groovy dance pop masterpiece. I guess you could say, in my opinion at least. But yeah, let's take a look at the physical. This is a digipack. So essentially, this is not the same as a jewel case for CDs. Jewel cases are like the standard plastic that you see for CD like cases. This is not that. This is a admittedly cheaper alternative. Um I do wish that this album was in the standard case, but I'll talk about this. I love the colors. I like the blue of the moon. It's like kind of contrasting against the pink, and I love her pose. Like got her hand on the wheel. It's like at us. It's like really cool. I also like the leather of the car. You can see it. You can see the spine here. If it will focus, I apologize. There, Warner Records. On the back, you got some more shots of her from the back of the car, and she's got her legs up. And there's 11 tracks here. Let's see, 9 of them I love. 2 of them are I like a lot, but I don't go back to. So we'll take a look at those later. Yeah, this is a great like presentation for a record. I like just the feel of it. It's very retro. It's very space age. It has like this dance look to it, and it's very nice. It's very nostalgic, which is the point. But yeah, I like it a lot. If you open it up, it's got her fully in the car. So now you can see her like all the way from the shot. It's a little bit of a different angle. And there's a lot of black on this album. That's probably my one complaint is there's so much black like enveloping this whole case, which is not my favorite, but I do like it. It has a good feel to it. These digipacks, although they are definitely on the more fragile side of CDs, that is definitely the weakness of these cases, is they don't last as long. They're definitely like more delicate, which I don't like, but regardless. Nice presentation, nice look. This is for the CD, and then this is for the insert. Pretty straightforward. One thing that is also kind of a negative is that the binding is a little bit fragile. It's just a little weaker. I just would prefer it if it was in the normal case. But regardless, great presentation, great look. Like, fantastic. looking. Like just the pose, the photo, everything is just giving to me. It's really nice. Um, as for the booklet, it's honestly like a little disappointing. There's another shot of her, pretty similar to the back. It's just a little bit different. But yeah, it's not too different. There's the cover. The I will say the paper for this is really nice. There's some lyrics on all these songs. It's honestly, I would have liked to see pictures for this for sure. Like, there's some thanks in the back and lots of lyrics and like art. You can see all the different people involved. I would have liked to see more photos from the photo shoot or like just something else. Like I don't know, it's just boring. Like compared to some other inserts that I've seen. But regardless, yeah, that's the insert. It's nice. It's just could have been better, but it is what it is. And also, finally, the CD itself is honestly gorgeous. It's very nice. It's got the blue moon and the very shiny Dua Lipa logo and the track listing. It's pretty nice CD for sure. Definitely a top tier one. Great quality and great sound. Speaking of sound, we should probably talk about the songs. Mm, almost every one of these is a favorite. The only ones that I don't love is Boys Will Be Boys. I get it. There's a message behind this. I like the message. It's a great song. I like it musically, but it's very different from the other ones. It's probably the most different. It's the closer, and it's talking about, how she has to worry about, go walking home with knuckles between her keys between her knuckles, and she has to worry about being safe, and she's telling a little bit of her life story with like ballet and boys will be boys and girls will be women. It doesn't offend me. There's even a point where she says if this offends you then you're doing something wrong. It's kind of funny, but it's pretty serious, and it doesn't fit the musical vibe of the other songs. It's just it's nice. I don't go back to it too often, but I love the choir. The choir is my favorite part of this with the girls in the background. I like it, but it's not my favorite. It's one that I will listen to occasionally, but it's not one that I come back to. It's okay. It's not terrible. It's just the one I think is the weakest, just musically wise. It doesn't match the rest, but it's okay. It's good. I like it. And then Hallucinate is definitely the party song. It's hard hitting, super beat, like booming bass. It's a dance track. Like it is completely dance heavy, poppy, retro, bass heavy. It's very rave like. Um I like it. I don't love it. It's the one that I don't listen to pretty much at all. Not because it's bad. I just feel like it doesn't have as much of those of the retro vibes. And I think lyrically it's okay. She's like, pocket full of honey, and then she's gonna love this lover like a fool, and she's gonna breathe you in until she hallucinates. It's kind of cool, but it's definitely not one that I come back to. Again, it's not bad. It's just one that I find weaker, slightly weaker. Least favorite, not bad. I like the song. I like the sound, and my favorite part is actually the chorus, or I'm sorry, the middle eight, where she says, "Let's go dancing in the dark. Don't wait, you can push the start. Lose control. Kill me slowly with your kiss." I think some of those lyrics are really good. But otherwise, you know, it is one that I don't really go back to. But the video for this is fantastic. The animation is so incredible. So that is definitely a high point. One that I think a couple that are underrated, definitely cool. It's the most summery, breezy on this. It has a ton of synth wave in it, which I really love. I'm a big fan of the instrumental for this. And she's like, I never had a love like this, and it's gonna hit me harder than I expected. And she's like, we've been up all night, keep it going until we see the sunlight. It's really nice. And then, the color of the sky looking nice. And she could see this lover in the real life. And she's like, you got me losing all my cool, all my senses, and she's burning up on you. And it's really good. I like the lyrics, like the heat and the thrill and more than any pill. I like the little like rhyming and stuff. It's really cool. And I like the verses and the chorus, the pre-chorus. I like all that. It's really nice. And yeah, I'm a big fan of this song. It grew on me. It's one that like you have to kind of listened a few times to kind of get the vibe. The video is kind of cool where it's just like a lyric video, but it's super bright and poppy and cheerful and summery, and it's definitely the most summer song of this, which I like. I mean, I love the summer, so that definitely helps. And it's number three, so it's pretty early on, and I like it a lot. One that I love, I would probably say this is my favorite based on the instrumental, is Pretty Please, which is so different because she's singing, right? But the instruments are so laid back. There's like almost nothing there until beat the beat keeps moving and building, and she keeps putting on these instruments on top of each other, top, 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 top. And so it goes like full on 80s synth in the like lower end, and it's so dope the way it keeps building. It's the one song from here that I keep listening to. It's like really addicting, but it has a nice melody to it, and it just keeps building. And she's like, "Pretty please, I need your hands on me." It's a little bit like naughty. Some of these are, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, it's she's like, "Put my mind at ease. I need your hands on me, sweet relief." And I love the way she says "pretty please." It's very like pleasing. It's really like nice to hear. And I'm a big fan of this one a lot. This might be my favorite just because how it keeps going. Like it starts pretty simple, but then it just keeps going and going. And I'm a big fan of that for sure. Definitely the one that I keep coming back to just because it has so much going on in it. But yeah, that one's awesome. Um Another favorite is Future Nostalgia, the actual song. It starts off the album. It's the most sassy of all of these. It's almost like funny. It's almost like a jokey, self-aware almost anthem, like kind of a feminist anthem sort of. It's almost like the most fourth wall breaking of these, where she's saying, "You want a timeless song? I want to change the pop game. I want to make something different. You want modern architecture." She mentions like John Lautner, who's this architect, and she's like, "I know you like this beat because my producer Jeff's been doing the damn thing." it's it's like funny. It's almost like she's making fun of some of the pop sounds, and then she's like, "You want to turn it up loud? Future Nostalgia is the name." And it's so like dope, like the way it sounds. It's so different from like anything that I've heard. And I love the way that these a lot of these songs have like Daft Punk like vocoders in the background, like Levitating, for example. But I love the way that the vocoder says Future Nostalgia. I can't do it, but like the way it keeps coming in and out, in and out, in and out. It's so cool. And she's like, "I know you're dying, trying to figure me out. My name's on the tip of your tongue, keep running your mouth. And you want the recipe, but you can't handle my pop sound." And she's like, "My sound." And it's just, and she's like mentions her being a female alpha, and you not hearing anything like this before. And it's fair because I haven't heard anything like this, and it's really like original, probably the most creative song on here, just because it starts it out with a bang, and the beat is so fresh. Like I don't know, it really impressed me. It still does. And I'm a huge fan of this song. This one's probably my second favorite. Obviously, one that was beaten to the ground, but in a good way, was Don't Start Now. This one's a breakup song. Great vibes. She's like, "I did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was, I guess." Yeah. And then did the heartbreak change me? Maybe. But look where I ended up. And she's like, "I'm moving on. You're gone. Leave me alone. I'm done. I'm moving on. I have a new lover." And it's really nice. I like the pre-chorus too, because she says, "If you don't want to see me, dancing with somebody, if you want to believe that anything could stop me," and it doesn't for her. So that's pretty nice. And she's like, "Don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now." Um, and she's like, "Walk away, you know how," and don't start caring. And I think it's a really strong song. It's very empowering. It's also very powerful in the way she sings it. And I just it's a really nice track. I think Break My Heart I prefer, but this one is really nice. I especially like the video where she's at a concert, and I just it has a nice vibe. It's the second one, and she's almost like empowered from this breakup. She's building herself up, and she's she doesn't want to dance with anybody but herself, and it's really good. I really like this one. And this was a single. There's quite a few singles. Future Nostalgia, Don't Start Now, Physical, Levitating, obviously, and then Break My Heart and Love Again. There's a lot of singles with this one, but yeah, really like that one. Physical is fantastic. Probably the third favorite for me. Probably it's either that or Break My Heart. They're all just competing for like the top five. They're all like constantly in and out, like shuffling for me. But Physical is this pounding, dance hall, almost synth heavy. It is probably the best sounding song, in my opinion. She's like, "Common love isn't for us. We created something phenomenal, almost breaking the fourth wall." Like she's, asking, we created something awesome. Don't you agree? And she's talking about the album, but she's also talking about the love that they share, and it's really nice. Like Diamond Rich is a nice lyric. Like nothing on this planet compares to it. Don't you agree? And I really my favorite part of this is who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me? And then it just goes bang bang into these heavy beats and really nice retro vibes. This one takes a lot of inspiration from the Olivia Newton-John Physical song, which I will admit it's all right. It's not my favorite. I prefer this one just because it's a faster sound. It's a little bit more updated, but I like both of them. I like when she mentions like adrenaline and like lights out and follow the noise. Keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. I think that's a really nice lyric. And then, let's get physical, physical. It's really like strong. Like it's a very powerful song. And it's a jam. I'm a big fan of this one for sure. I love all the lyrics like, I'll ride with you, I got my back, or I got your back, you got mine. And, keep on dancing. And my favorite part of this is the middle eight where she's like, hold on, just a little tighter. I can't sing, but you know what I mean. Come on, hold on, tell me if you're ready. Come on, like that type. A big fan of that particular part. And it's really nice. I would highly recommend watching the video. The video is probably my top three of Dua Lipa's videos, like music videos for sure. And also, there's another one where she's in the jazzercise class, which is really cool. So a big fan of that. Really lovely song, just fantastic. Like nothing to complain about with that one. Same with Levitating. Obviously, I can't really, do this song justice. It is a perfect dance track. It's one of my favorite pop songs to like have been made like in the last decade. It is just irresistibly groovy. The beat comes in and it's just non-stop action, dancing, fun, energy, like space sci-fi themes. It is so perfect of a song. I have nothing bad to say. And it just keeps like every time you listen to it, it gets better and better and better and better, better, better. There's nothing there's nothing I can like say bad about this. It's pretty much flawless. My favorite part of this song is actually once again the Daft Punk esque vocoder that comes in like um, Moonlight at some points, and then Starlight, and sometimes the Levitating has it. And this is actually the solo version, so it doesn't have the baby on it. I think that the baby one is better because he adds a nicer. His version makes the song better, but I think that hers is nice. Hers actually is different. It has a different verse too, where it's like, I believe that you're for me. I feel it in our energy. See it's written in the stars. We can go wherever, so let's do it now and never. Baby, nothing's ever too far. Glitter in the eye, glitter in the sky, glitter in our eye, shining just the way we are. I feel like we're forever every time we get together, but whatever, let's get lost on Mars. I can't do the rapping or whatever she says, but you can see, yeah, it's a different verse, which I appreciate. Um, yeah, and I really like the middle eight where she's like, there's not much cursing on this album, there's not actually not that many curse words, which I appreciate. But in the middle, she's like, "My love is like a rocket, watch it blast off," and I'm feeling so electric, dance my ass off. It's funny. Again, it's kind of like like supposed to be tongue in cheek, goofy, funny, like energetic. It's not meant to be taken too seriously. I just find like those lines pretty funny. And she says it in the British accent, which I really appreciate. Yeah, like you can fly away with me tonight. Let me take you for a ride. I'm levitating. Yeah, like I don't need to go much into this song because we all know it, we all love it, we all adore it. It's all like perfect. We don't really need to. I don't need to say much about it. So, yeah, like I don't need to go into it, but it's just so lovely. And I love the space like references like glitter, shining, like sugar brew, levitating, the Milky Way, renegading. I think this song was actually the video was made by TikTok, so I think the renegading part might be a reference to that song. I'm not sure, but it could be. But yeah, like Starlight, Moonlight, I love the vocoders, I love the beat, I love the another favorite part of this is the beginning where it's like whirl, 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 whirl. I can't do it. I'm terrible at that. But you kind of get it. Like the beginning is so synthy. It's so electronic. I love it so much. This song is perfect. 10 out of 10. I don't need to say anything more. Levitating. Everyone loves it. And yeah, that's about it for that. Love Break My Heart. That's another one that I love. That's like top 5. It used to be my number 1, but I think it moved down a few pegs. Not that it's bad. I love the beat for this one in particular. It's hard hitting. Definitely my favorite beat of this whole album is Break My Heart. The backing beat. It's so good. I'm a big fan of it. And I like the lyrics as well. Center of attention, you can get whatever you want from me. The pre chorus is honestly kind of my least favorite part. I actually like the verses better. Um, I don't need to get into it too much, but, I've always been the one to say the first goodbye. She's mentioning another breakup, or like the stages of a breakup, like the aftermath of it. And she's like, I had to love and lose 100 million times. I had to get it wrong to know just what I like. Now I'm falling. Um, and it's really nice. I can't sing obviously, so that's why I sound bad. But I think it works really nicely. I like all of these different lyrics. Like I wonder when you go if I stay on your mind. Two can play that game, but you whip me every time. And like everyone before you was a waste of time. That's my favorite line in this whole song. The way she says waste of time, it's so amazing. I'm a big fan. And then you got me. Yeah, it's nice. Like it's a really great song. The video is a little bit interesting. It's actually two videos. One is animated and one is not. I love the first video where it's just like it's very creative. A lot of these videos are super creative, which I love. Big fan of that. And Love Break My Heart, I've listened to it like 30 times. It's so like catchy, but it's also really good lyrically. And I'm not good at dissecting lyrics, so I apologize. I'm just like I'm kind of newer to that. But yeah, Love Again is phenomenal. I love. There's actually a sample. I forgot the sample, but there is a sample. I think it's "Need You Tonight" by In Excess, or it's either "Your Woman" by White Town. It's one of those two. But there's a sample. The beginning is beautiful with like these strings, and then it comes in, and you get more of those retro vibes. Really like it. I'm gonna touch on a few lyrics. I like when she mentions that heaven's right here, baby. Touch me, so I know I'm not crazy. Never have I ever met somebody like you. Used to be afraid of love and what it might do. And then she's like, "Damn, you got me in love again." Um, yeah, I think it's great. I love when she says "love again." It's really nice. And then I like the post chorus the best. I'll just show it just because I can. So just all of that is really nice. Yeah, it sounds amazing. Like all of these do. But I think this one is probably a lot of people's favorite. It is in my favorites. It's just lower because there's, so many other ones that I love more. But yeah, this one has an interesting video. It's almost like her in clown makeup, but then she's also a cowgirl it's interesting. I will say it's a different type of vibe, but yeah, love the song. It's probably one of the longer ones. It's like over 4 minutes, but there's a lot going on, and I really enjoy it. And the raunchiest song is "Good in Bed." This is explicit because she says the F word. I think that's the only time in the album. But yeah, this is definitely the raunchiest, dirtiest song on here. Um, I like it. I don't love it. Um, I like the sound. It's grown on me. It's definitely grown on me for sure. But I would say it's one of the weaker ones just because it's very dirty, which I don't mind. I like dirty songs most of the time. Um, it's just, it is what it is. It's its own vibe. It's very honest, which I appreciate. And this is probably based on a real experience. Like these two people are in love, but their physical, love is so strong. That's the only thing that's keeping them together. And otherwise they don't really care for each other. And she even said like this is about like sex, which is fair. And also those kind of relationships don't last, which, it's a good message to say. And it's funny. It's definitely the funniest of these, I think. Other than Future Nostalgia, it's definitely the most silliest song. It's not meant to be taken seriously. And I like that she says like she lo- she says a lot of like bad 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 head 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 mad mad, like she's like like just saying it over and over, like rhyming it. It's kind of funny. It's not one that I come back to too often, but I like the sound, and it's good enough. I do enjoy it. It's not my favorite, but it's good. I do like it. And then the one that everyone is definitely gonna be like, this is the one that everyone either hates or loves or just doesn't care for. Boys Will Be Boys. This is the last one. Um, I like this one. It's actually, I think I already mentioned about. Yeah, I think I already talked about this one. It's the ending one. Um, it's good. It's not like amazing. It definitely has a message to it. I appreciate that. I do like it. My favorite part's the choir. I think I mentioned that already. But I think I talked about all these. I probably should have done this like in order, but I don't really care to do that. So, yeah. These reviews might be all over the place. I think in the future I'll have like edited ranking videos for sure. But yeah, I'm just gonna get my thoughts out there. I adore this album. They're like, even though there's some weak spots, like Boys Will Be Boys is not perfect, and then like Good in Bed is pretty raunchy, and then Hallucinate's not my favorite. I still listen to them because they have a nice vibe and energy. They're very fast paced. They have nice lyrics, and my top favorites definitely Future Nostalgia. My favorite is Pretty Please, then Future Nostalgia, then Break My Heart, then Physical, and then Levitating. That's like my top ones, but they're all like competing for the top. Like it's not like one is better than the other. There may be some weak spots on here. I like that it's very like short and to the point. It's only like 37 minutes and it's incredibly quick, but you get enough of each song. Like it's not like too fast, it's not too slow. It's just the perfect amount, which I really like. It holds up. I'm a big fan. This came out in 2020. I didn't get into it until 2022, so I'm kind of out of the loop, but this is definitely my favorite era for Lipa. I do enjoy Radical Optimism a lot. I do think her debut is a little bit weaker than this one. I think this is her best work by far. Just the production, the lyrics, the way she's singing, different sounds, the era, like the music videos, the different fashion, outfits that she's wearing. It's giving like everything. It's very nostalgic, obviously, but it's futuristic. Like that's the point. It's supposed to be in the past, but in the now. Like that's kind of the point. I'm gonna have to give this a 10. I can give it a 10. The Future Nostalgia, incredibly awesome. I love this thing from front to back. Yeah, it has some flaws, but overall, I've listened to it like 20 times. It doesn't get old. Like it just gets better. It's one of the albums just gets better for me. I think one or two of mine might be competing for the top three that I have. But yeah, I hope you guys like enjoyed this. I hope I gave you as many thoughts as I could. Um, I'm gonna try to make these more streamlined in the future. So Hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed, taking a look at it. I apologize for the length, but I wanted to go through every song, as far as I could. And I apologize. I won't try to sing in the future. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. But yeah, future nostalgia, Dua Lipa, pretty flawless in my opinion. To me, I think it just runs perfectly. There's not a bad part. Um, yeah, it just gets better. Hopefully you agree with me. Stay tuned for the next episode. I don't think these will be numbered. I think I'm just gonna do them because I'm bad at keeping track of numbers. But yeah, let me know. I think I'm gonna do a poll on the next episode for sure. Let me know which album you want to see. I'm gonna do at least 4 options, and you can pick from that. Let me know what you think of Future Nostalgia. Do you like this album the best, or do you prefer like Radical Optimism? Do you prefer some of the singles or collabs? And what do you think of these tracks? Do you think they're good or bad? And what do you think of the sound of this? Do you like this as well? And that's it. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I apologize for the length again, but I had to say something on this because I just have to talk about it. But yeah, thank you for your support. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a great day. Happy listening.